at 10:30 a.m.
I'm still here, I'm still here, yeah. Never would have made it, but look where we are. We in this together, you are not alone.
The time by Sagicor is
7 p.m.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, husband and wife charged in St. James drug seizure. JCTU president weighs in on safety measures in the workplace. And building on a foundation of trust, couples employees get new homes. In sports, West Indies salvaged win to head into T20 World Cup despite losing series to South Africa.
Jamaica, coming out and join the reggae music fraternity led by the Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, for the annual Reggae Month Church Service, Sunday, February 1 at Fellowship Tabernacle, Pembroke Hall, Kingston, starting at 9 a.m. Immersed in the pulsating rhythms of roots rock reggae music. Join us for the delayed broadcast right here on CVM TV beginning at 10:30 a.m.
I'm still here, I'm still here, yeah. Never would have made it, but look where we are.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard, and the music is to play, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights on.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry. Brought to you by
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Saturday, January 31 is the last day of January 2026. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Curlin Brown. The Kingston and St. Andrew Public Health Department has continued its compliance operation from last year aimed at getting more food handling owners and operators to be legitimately licensed to operate.
I'm a cashier at a restaurant, and it is very important to have a food handler's permit because it is best if you know the standards for foods, the proper procedures, and all that deal with food proper way.
So what brought you to the health department today?
I'm here to renew my food handler's permit.
How long have you had one?
It's been years. From I've been in high school until now, I've been renewing it every year.
Interestingly, Raquel says the cost remains the same.
Same 500 for years. Never change.
Now, even with that standard fee and a special corporate area drive in August to December of 2025, Operation Ensuring Compliance OEC, the Kingston and St. Andrew Public Health Department says the response from owners and operators of food handling establishments was not encouraging.
Failure to apply for a public health license to operate is a breach of the public health food handling regulations. And as such, you can be prosecuted. The fine, if convicted, would be up to $1 million or 12 months.
While these breaches can also ultimately result in closures, the Chief Public Health Officer was quick to point out it's a process with adequate communication.
In cases where we conduct our surveys and we recognize that owners or operators of establishments have not applied for their license, what we would normally do is to give them a verbal warning to apply. If it is that they still don't apply, then we would give them a written warning, explaining to them that they have a certain number of days within which to apply. If they don't apply thereafter, then we enforce closure of the establishment.
It's often assumed most breaches are because of unsatisfactory conditions. However, in January 2025, based on the figures CVM News accessed, only 6 establishments were closed due to unsatisfactory conditions, and up to January 28, only 4 for that breach.
I want to report that for 2026, we had 16 closures of food handling establishments in Kingston and St. Andrew. But I also want to point out that most of the closures of these establishments would have been for failure to apply for a public health license.
Which raises the question, are operators taking the department's leniency for granted? Curlin Brown, CVM News. Now, the Office of Utilities Regulation hosted a webinar to address ongoing vandalism and theft impacting Jamaica's utility infrastructure, along with connection issues facing St. Catherine. The session also assessed operational impact and identified coordinated solutions to strengthen infrastructure protection and resilience. Here is more from Crystal Williams.
Though the Director General of the Office of Utilities Regulation, Anzod Hewitt, suspects that some utility concerns would have been aggravated during the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, he also says they have long predated that unforgettable event. Despite St. Catherine being one of the least affected parishes by the hurricane, he says service quality issues have been acknowledged and are being addressed. The Ministry of Energy, Transportation and Telecommunications and other stakeholders are collaborating on the development of a national emergency telecommunications plan to be finalized before the end of the current fiscal year. This plan includes guidelines for resilience of public telecommunications networks.
Following the passage of Hurricane Beryl and Melissa, challenges in restoring electricity services in some areas also affected telecommunications infrastructure and services in those regions. The Resilience Project will examine, among other aspects, the interdependence really of network and commercial and also the dependence on commercial power and the interdependence between fixed and mobile networks.
Kankara Limited is the first privately owned water, wastewater, and sewage treatment company in the Caribbean, serving communities in St. Catherine and subsequently in St. James. The OUR Director General says they are aware of some residents' concerns regarding flat rates to their bills. He also says expansion plans are underway.
I will only say at this point that the OUR is seeking to address the matter as soon as possible, and is seeking to do so while avoiding any disruption to your supplies in the process. Notably, as we speak, the OUR has in front of it and is processing an application by Kankara to amend its license to include providing service to such areas as Greater Barnard Lodge Development, which is situated between the Spanish Town and Portmore urban areas.
As Hewitt reflects on JPS's planned and unplanned electricity outages and outage durations for recent years, he reports that JPS has closed 10 parish offices since 2021, with only 5 functioning across the island.
While the OUR cannot mandate that the JPS restore these offices, we're mindful that avenues must be available to their varied customers to access their services. And we will continue to engage with JPS on this matter. In this regard, the OUR is aware that a face-to-face hub was opened in Portmore.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
Now, more is being done to target the younger generation to make them more cognizant about the importance of water to national development and sustainability, how its responsible use leads to food security, climate resilience, tourism and economic development.
The Value of Water to Me exhibition, launched and organized by the Water Resources Authority, is aimed at helping to protect and safeguard Jamaica's most vital resource, water. Jamaica's development is guided by Vision 2030 plan, and at the heart of it, water. The revision of the National Water Sector Policy in 2019 aims to see Jamaica having universal access to potable water and sanitation by 2030, though some outlined objectives daunting.
Without reliable access to safe water and adequate sanitation, our efforts to achieve sustainable development are simply unattainable. While Jamaica is blessed with abundant natural resources, the demand for water is increasing at an unprecedented rate, from households, tourism, agriculture and industry, to expanding communities. Simultaneously, climate change is intensifying these pressures. Irregular rainfall patterns, more frequent droughts, and extreme weather events causing flood and damage. These challenges demand that we manage our water resources with greater care, efficiency, and foresight.
According to the Water Minister, much work is being done to bring some of the projections to reality by strengthening infrastructure, reducing water losses, safeguarding watersheds, and building resilience to the impacts of climate change for a water-secure Jamaica.
In rural areas, agencies like the Rural Water Supply Limited are working tirelessly to upgrade systems, rehabilitate catchment tanks, and promote rainwater harvesting, particularly in schools. These targeted efforts recognize that tailored solutions are essential, whether in urban centers or remote communities. But we will also have to make significant investments in the capacity of WRA to digitize its monitoring efforts so that we get real-time data to facilitate real-time decision-making. And that is a commitment of this government for this particular term.
Underscoring the rewarding careers available in the water sector, Samuda pleaded for the interests of the youths to be piqued, getting that word to the future of the nation as their creativity, innovation and leadership is needed to achieve Jamaica's vision for a resilient, prosperous and sustainable society.
To our youth, I say this: Jamaica needs you. We need innovative thinkers to reduce water losses. We need to understand our rainfall and climate patterns. We need engineers to design smarter, more efficient systems. We also need community leaders who can inspire change in attitudes and behaviors around water use and conservation. Your involvement is not just important, it is essential. When young people understand the value of water and take ownership of its preservation, they influence families, communities, and the nation at large. Together we can build a future.
Empowering our youth through education, awareness, and active involvement is paramount. By nurturing a new generation that values water and champions environmental stewardship, we ensure that the principles of sustainability are ingrained in our society's fabric. Their voices and actions will be instrumental in shaping a future where water remains a source of life, opportunity, and resilience.
It is hoped that all Jamaicans can be brought to a mindset that water can be respected, valued, and protected as the precious resource that it is. For CVM News, I'm Damon Phillips.
56-year-old football coach Hector Wright and his 42-year-old wife Jodianne Coke Wright, a customer service agent of a St. Catherine Hall address in St. James, have been arrested and charged in connection with the seizure of cocaine. Reports are about 1:15 p.m. An operation was conducted at the couple's two-story dwelling in Catherine Hall, Montego Bay, St. James. During a search of the premises, officers discovered containers with suspicious substances. Investigators from the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, the FNID, were alerted, and during their inspection of the substance, it was revealed to be more than 20 pieces of crack cocaine. Both accused were taken into custody and charged with possession of cocaine and dealing in cocaine. They are scheduled to appear in court on February 25. Meanwhile, two men, including a police constable attached to the Westmoreland Division, are in custody following a series of coordinated intelligence-driven operations conducted by law enforcement personnel in Area 1 on Friday, January 30. The joint operations were led by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Branch, CTOC, in collaboration with the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, the FNID, and were carried out across several locations in Hanover and Westmoreland. Now, during the course of the operations, investigators seized a total of 85 assorted rounds of ammunition, along with a motor vehicle, multiple mobile phones, and a sum of cash at one location in Hanover. Two men were apprehended during the operation. Further intelligence-led follow-ups led to the recovery of additional ammunition at a residential location in Westmoreland. The implementation stage of the flexible work arrangement within the public sector was launched on Thursday, supported by the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions. The union sees this launch as a timely and important step in modernizing Jamaica's world of work, which reflects an understanding that productivity, service delivery, and worker well-being are not competing goals, but complementary ones. Minister responsible for efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation, Audrey Marks, shares a personal experience that motivated her towards this initiative. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Something good gonna happen in this year.
Jamaica, coming out and join the reggae music fraternity led by the Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Culture, for the annual Reggae Month Church Service, Sunday, February 1 at Fellowship Tabernacle, Pembroke Hall, Kingston, starting at 9 a.m. Immersed in the pulsating rhythms of roots rock reggae music. Join us for the delayed broadcast right here on CVM TV beginning at 10:30 a.m.
I'm still here, I'm still here, yeah. Never would have made it, but look where we are.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than
As we welcome you back, we go now to all regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In Trinidad, a setback on the sea bridge as the vessel meant to revolutionize inter-island trade hits a snag during final testing. The Port Authority is assessing hull damage to the Blue Wave Harmony following an incident at Scarborough Port. Tobago Updates provides that report.
During its second sea trial, the 180-meter newly chartered Ropac vessel struck the pier while berthing. Officials cite strong winds as a major factor. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. The 7,400-ton ferry, costing the state $25,000 daily, was recently touted for its 125 freight unit capacity and 73 passenger cabins. It replaces the Cabo Star, offering a 40% cargo increase. While technical teams conduct structural checks, the Port Authority maintains that regular schedules remain unaffected. This trial phase is critical for safety certification before commercial service begins. For now, the link of hope remains docked.
St. Lucia's medical education and healthcare system is facing a major shake-up as Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre revealed that local students can no longer study medicine in Cuba, citing U.S. geopolitical pressures. DBS Television has the latest.
For decades, Cuba has been a cornerstone for educating St. Lucian doctors and medical professionals. However, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre revealed at the Second World Congress on Racial and Ethnic Health Disparities that shifting geopolitical pressure from the United States has forced a change. He stated that local students can no longer do their medical studies in Cuba.
But we have a big problem. Many of our doctors got trained in Cuba, and now the great United States have said we can't do that any longer. So this is a major problem that I have to face. Some of my colleagues have already taken a position and banned them. So most of our health, most of our doctors, most of them, am I right though? Yeah, 1, 2, Cuba too? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 of our best doctors are trained in Cuba. Right. Now, there also are Cubans who come over to work, right? So the American government has said that we can't even train them in Cuba. So I have a major issue.
And in international news, Panama's president says ports will continue to operate without disruption after the Supreme Court cancelled a Hong Kong firm's contract to operate in the Panama Canal. President Trump had threatened to seize the canal a year ago, claiming China controlled it. More from Al Jazeera.
The die is cast. Panama Supreme Court has ruled that a Hong Kong company's concession to run 2 key ports on either side of the Panama Canal is unconstitutional.
We are completely aware that the Supreme Court's decision is a decision of great impact and relevance to protect this key asset.
For more than a year, Panama has been caught in the middle of a tug-of-war between China and the U.S. over the running of the crucial waterways ports. And the ruling makes it clear that President Trump has won this round of the geopolitical competition.
We gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China.
The United States is encouraged by the Supreme Court decision, posted U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. China has been even quicker in its condemnation of the move.
China will take all necessary measures to firmly safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of the Chinese company.
The ruling is widely seen as a necessary concession to Donald Trump, who has been threatening to take back the U.S.-built Panama Canal since he took office.
Señoras y señores,
President Mulino alluded to this 24 hours before the court ruling during his address to Latin American leaders, saying nobody could teach Panama lessons on pressure from foreign powers.
And that's it for regional and international news.
A youngster's dream to play football has been renewed with the intervention of an international charity group with all that was required to heal hearts. Inspire Jamaica was on location.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
When he wakes up.
Who is this patient with a mended heart at the Bustamante Hospital for Children?
Hakeem Richards from Bacall Primary. He's in 6th grade. About to do PEP.
One day after he did surgery, give me a smile, give me a smile. And he says he loves football. And I wonder, what is this under here? I wonder what it could be under here that he's holding on to. This man's serious about his football. Watch out, Pembroke Hall, he's coming at you.
I'm Emily Gravel, member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Hakeem's mommy.
Make me happy.
Football makes you happy?
Yeah. And I love the sport. Yeah.
Mommy, your voice coming along. But there was a time when you got scared. Tell me about that day. What happened?
Well, I thought I lost my son. Knowing that when he was born, there was a little issue. However, I thought it was at first they will assume that it was a hole in his heart. But when they did their checks and so forth, based on memory, I thought it was all solved and done with. Then playing football, chest problems, chest pains, he fainted. They took him here, said that there was a murmur. Based on echo and ECG, they sent us, CTH cardiac clinic, only to find out that Hakeem's aortic valve is narrow. And when I read up on it based on knowledge, you hear something with child who want to have better knowledge, so when I read up on it, I say, the body not get enough blood. And I've been waiting from last year, actually, on a date. And I felt some type of way knowing that Hakeem can't get to play his football, I have to stop him from playing football. And it was taking a toll on him, and he was like, Mommy, when me go can play about football, I'm on a big baller. His regular say, because last year May was supposed to go to Miami, Florida, with the Kingston United team. Based on what happened, you have to forfeit that. When I got the call in December that, hey, Hakeem made the list for January. We came in Monday, they said to come Sunday, then I got a call Friday to come in Saturday, and I was like, I said, Hakeem, soon your time again, And we didn't feel happy, when I got up till yesterday, when me actually see Hakeem gone into surgery. That's when nerve hits. Because I'm not going to say that there wasn't any fear, but not that much. He has a good team. Miss Emma, Miss Beverly, Dr. Blackstock, whole 9 yards. They're more than doctors to it. They're like family, aunts, uncles. Hakeem say, Mommy, me I up and do this and so me can play about my ball, and I'm say, all right, my son. A year time.
And this is 1 day since?
1 day since. And I feel like the more I talk to him about it, him do the surgery, but I'm nervous. Hakeem was like, Mommy, don't worry yourself, me I go all right. Everybody him tell us, nothing I do me. I go all right. Go do my surgery and come play my football. Same day,
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
And with that, we make way for sports right after this.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.